Where is the Galu now?
You see the one.
Paul, are we good? We are going on in less than 30 seconds. All right, cue me, link me, and give me the signal that you are connected. Lovely Friday evening, and you're right here tuned into the Friday evening, and you're right here tuned into the program Ground Zero coming to you on Procyon Radio and Television, and of course in collaboration to you on Procyon Radio and Television in collaboration with Invicta 98.9 FM. And today on the program Ground Zero, we will be looking at food security. Call us when we open up the phone lines, or drop your voice note on 00979 platforms. On YouTube, we are live. On Facebook, we are live. You can get us at Procyon RTV. At Procyon RTV is our handle on YouTube and on Facebook. You can also reach us via TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Thread. All of these are portals that have been made available. Yes, we want to apologize to our listeners on Invicta 98.9 FM. We are having a little bit of network challenges connecting from the Procyon Media Center to Invicta 98.9 FM. But we'll see how we'll make the best of a bad situation. You can also listen to us if you download the Procyon Radio and TV app from the Google Play Store. And the app name is Procyon Radio and TV. Just go to your Google Play Store, download the app. With the app, you'll be able to watch Procyon Television and also listen to Procyon Radio. You would also have the opportunity of reading great news items on procyonnews.com. Now, looking at our topic of discussion today on the program, we are basically, have I welcomed you to the program? Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
All right. Now, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, said yesterday at the State House in Abuja after a meeting that the president has ordered or directed the release of 42 metric tons of
moment these grains are out, you can imagine the kind of markets that are going to begin to, take effect around our border
Yeah.
areas, because certainly traders solve the problem, or let alone enable the people to cope, because the government is not protecting the people to produce. It's not also enabling the people to access what they need to to put together in this production, and it is certainly not also enabling them to invest securely within rural economic spaces, and that also heightens the level of despair and restiveness that we're seeing today. So the issue of insecurity, I think, is really a point of focus in the situation faced in Nigeria as far as food insecurity is concerned.
All right. Yes, you're listening to Ground Zero, coming to you on Procyon Radio and Television in collaboration with Invicta 98.9 FM. It's a regular feature right here on Invicta FM every Tuesdays and Fridays, but on Procyon Radio and TV every day of the week from 5 to 6 p.m. You'd have the opportunity of listening to the program or watching us on Procyon Television. And today we are looking at food security, or do I say insecurity, in Nigeria now. And of course, what can be done to bring us out of this is our end game. But before you can know, or you can start to look at what can be done, you must first of all identify how we got here. And that would be the start off point as to how we can get out of it. Okay, we will quickly be looking at price of some items in the market and see how it is now, what it was earlier and what it is now. While some of the data we have here ends as of November, but as it were, it's bad. Okay, let's see if I can get somewhere else where I can put it in proper perspective, because here they are talking about metric tons. The average man in the market would not be able to relate directly with it. Okay, but looking at generally the market now, before now, a measure of rice was just a little over 1,000, if I am not.
Let's start with Gary.
Okay, yes, the
I think
most stable.
I think Gary is simpler.
Yes.
It takes you 300 naira to drink soaked Gary now. I don't know, you can argue the fact, but a measure of that, the mood we are talking about.
Yes.
Last year was 350 to 400 naira. At most, it got to 450. Today, we are actually around the point where we're seeing Gary standing tall at over 600 naira.
Actually, 900 naira.
Oh, 900.
Yeah.
I'm talking about last week's market now. And so this is how bad
this week.
this is how bad it is within a period of just a week. So you can tell how bad things are getting and the rate at which we're actually being pushed as a people to the point of destitution. And the president just making a statement to holders that, oh, you need to open up the space, is not just doing enough. I remember that there are promises that the president has also made, promises about the compressed natural gas solution to the rising energy cost in Nigeria, which ordinarily should have impacted already in the cost of transporting goods and services, especially foodstuff. Today, the cost is still high. I mean, you can get palm oil in a place like Asaba, maybe at 20,000 naira. But how much will it take you to transport it down here is the big issue that actually puts people in the state of penury. That they go to the market and there is no excitement on their faces, no matter how much the size of their wallet was.
And apart from Gary now, so previously, let's see which of these things we have here. Okay, some of these things are a little realistic, carrot and all of that. Let's see.
You have spaghetti. It's another staple food.
Yes.
And that's about 1,000 naira now.
Yeah.
And if you bought it as at last week, you may have bought it at 700. And in just less than a week, it is now 1,000 naira. And certainly not because the industry or the manufacturers have jacked up these prices, but largely because the in between the manufacturer and the end user, there is a challenge of actually keeping the fidelity of the price. Not also to forget that if this is actually being seen as an aberration across the Nigerian state, how much more are you saying about the waivers and that the farmers are supposed to enjoy from inputs that are being imported on their behalf into this country by marketers? When it gets to the stores, are they really being sold at rates that shows that government has really provided such incentive in the importation of raw materials of these products when they were coming in here? The level to which public institutions in this nation are not working is the real basis around the level of economic decay that we're still seeing just yet.
Yeah. Before now, one can conveniently get a bag, a 25 kilogram of rice for between 22 and 27,000.
Yeah.
As at today, a bag of rice is over 50,000 naira,
But
around
that's
60.
25 kg.
25 kg, I'm talking of 25 kg
Yes.
now. It's over 50,000 naira or thereabout. And it is sad and painful. So, recently, some people protested in some parts of the country, saying that the rising cost of foodstuff is going out of what the average man can afford. It even culminated in the governor of Kano State saying that he was going to have a chat with the president, and the governor of Niger State sadly said he was pronounced a ban of traders from outside the state coming into the state to buy foodstuff as his own way of a stopgap. And we were wondering how feasible or how true or how can that help in any way at all. That was a major concern for us. Is it a concern for you?
Well, it is a concern for me because in 2011, when we went into the elections of 2011, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan ran for office at that time and convinced Nigerians that the transformational plan around agriculture should focus on states being enabled to produce optimally crops that they have comparative advantage over. And for us to find ourselves in a situation now where Niger State is saying, no, don't take food out of this space to neighboring states, it's already a thing of concern. In Delta State, people are making gari, and that gari is finding its way to the north. People are planting mangoes, and people are harvesting plantain. I mean, plantain was sometime around last year at about 500 naira a piece. Now it's being sold at 200 naira, and I think it's because also the level of production there, which is being become more stable, and the trade that is happening north-south, enabling trans-state trade that is actually ensuring that food materials are circulating across this nation as they should. I think what we are most concerned and pained about is our loose border that will not allow Nigerian citizens to buy food and that they will need to consume here, but will allow as much for Nigerian food to be to be taken out there at rates that is actually same as what we can get here, and not really giving the farmer so much in return. And then we do not also know whether the market actors we have in this country are really Nigerians to start with. Because if we have a free market space where government is not willing to regulate anything at all, and then certainly we might have a situation where farmers, which constitute the major in Kaduna State, we have about 99.6% of crop growers. And then we have only 3.1% of pastoralists. And part of this pastoralists, again, in its entirety, only 13.8 or so are actually having cattle. So we're talking about livestock. In terms of livestock, we're talking about poultry, we're talking about small ruminants, we're also talking about goats, and also pigs being majorly produced by farmers in Kaduna State. But you don't see the agriculture programs and interventions targeting these people. You certainly don't see the expenditure being focused in ways that can enable more food production. And I think that what has happened in the past 8 years that has not worked is the prioritization of livestock production, which is also focused around cattle
Cattle.
only, to the detriment of all other agricultural produce that the nation is actually having the level of potential to be self-sufficient around. And I think that the president today must take a somersault from that kind of policy and really focus on putting the money for Nigerians where they are, where they can be better enabled to be self-sufficient and indeed, help the nation cope in terms of resilience with all of the challenges and threats it is faced with regionally, globally, and also, domestically.
All right. The program is Ground Zero, coming to you on Procyon Radio and Television in collaboration with the Victor FM. And we'll be opening up the phone lines now. The number to dial to be part of the program is 0809 799 1989 and 0809 4646206. You can also go to our YouTube page at Procyon RTV and drop your comments and observations. Do well too to visit our Facebook page and drop your comments and observations in respect of the program today. But first, we would like to know what's the price of this foodstuff cost in your area. Then you tell us how what we are discussing is resonating with you. We have our first caller this evening. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, Mr. How's the work going on? I greet your guests in the studio.
Thank you so very much. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I remind my humble self, Engineer Emmanuel.
All right, Engineer Emmanuel. Talk to
I
us.
think your guests have spoken very well, but I think on my own contribution on this issue of on the price and the economy, as I earlier told you this morning, if the government know what to do, what they need to do, let them reduce the petrol price. And if they reduce the petrol price, they will start from there. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So when they reduce the petrol price, my brother, I tell you, less than a week, 1 to less than 2 weeks, every commodity in the market will go down. Even though there is a challenge in insecurity with the farmer, but let this petrol price go down, then you will see food items will go down. How can we believe that one bag of rice, local one now is 55,000 naira? During Goodluck Jonathan, this rice was sold for 5,000 naira per bag. But today, it's being sold for 65,000 naira, while the foreign one is being sold for 80,000. How did we get to this point? It's the border they say they've opened. Who are they deceiving on that issue of border? Now, the police security they are talking about. Who did they? If they open the food reserve of the government, not as your just say, over 200 million Nigeria. That will not solve the problem. The only way out of this thing, let them bring back our petrol price. It's 7 naira or 90 naira per liter. Then you will see all these things will go down automatically. Then also, that hold our money in the previous administration, let them force them to return our money back. And our economic will bounce back. They will stop for this shadow and go after the real thing. You can't keep riding under deceiving the people every day. We can't continue like that. The thing is getting out of hand. The government, the thing is we're talking about how much was this before now. This is so much 100,000 per bag. What country where we heading to? So the policy of this present administration, I know the former administration has done damage to our economy. There's so foolish about it. This one came with that policy to further damage to us. So for me, I didn't say any policy that is for the government. It's just
All right. All right.
If the Federal Assembly are telling us that they are with us, I agree with that statement. They would have collected the 150 million naira NQP car. Then they return it back to our economy. And all those that go our money and put it to the economy and reduce this wet price and bring back our refinery. What they have been promising of this one, they have nothing to show for it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Then we'll begin to get this right.
Thank
And
you.
I pray that we'll definitely get this right. Good evening, Mr. Ace.
Good evening, and thank you so very much, Engineer Emmanuel, for stopping by. You're proposing a removal that's bringing back the fuel subsidy era. How that would work, we wouldn't know. Let's pick this call. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, Mr. Ace, and your guest here.
Good evening. What's your name, and where are you calling us from?
My name is Otumba Rufai.
All right, tell us the cost of food items in your area.
Let me go with this one. Beef now, the red one is 1,500 per module.
Wow.
1,005 per module. And even the just this small this is that
This is serious. This is serious. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where we are heading to. And these are things that I just the plantain, you cannot purchase plantain here, even very close in the market. You say you go to a Bakindo, go there. A bunch of plantain, maybe because the one you will see that has muzzle, that they'll be calling 3, 5, 4,000 naira, or maybe just about 10 to 12 pieces.
Wow.
Also, that doesn't go, the highest then was maybe you don't get it at 1,002. And the palm oil that at least, granite oil that we used to just say, we have kings of this 5 liter, but there are one that we get per liter. It goes before now, we got that liter just 6, 7, 800. But now it is 1,600 naira. Granite oil.
That's 100%.
Just a liter. I don't know where we are heading to. And where we got it wrong, or where the first got it very wrong is, look, immediately they removed this fuel subsidy. That is where this thing was started. And the federal government made a plan, good plan, but can you please tell me where these CNG vehicles are?
Yeah.
And these are things that will have helped, getting the commodities or the produce from the market to the from the
farms
to the market. So rural areas whereby those products can be transport from that place to the market point where people can get it. And you have these CNG vehicles on the road so that at least can transport work from point A to point B. But where is it? And they did not increase people's salary. So if I have 30,000 naira per month, you're still purchasing what purchasing serious product or commodity, and you did not increase my salary. And everywhere, everybody is putting on this. We all depend on this poor. You understand me?
Yeah.
And that is just the issue. I don't know we have gotten this CNG car, this CNG vehicle. Maybe they would have, reacted. And the federal government just leave everything. There's no any price market control. And that's where everybody was just putting this thing. About road again. Imagine people, if you go to, from Kogi, you go to Ekiti, you see this long vehicle, these trailers on the road, spending 1 week, spending a week, 4, 5 days on the road, that are bringing products from Lagos to here. And the roads are bad. Those people cannot even move. If you go there again, within that state, you pay for, charge you for taxes that you have to pay for revenue within the state. So all these things compounded on all these things, and that's where we got it wrong. The only way out is for the federal government. I don't know how they want to share, or I don't know what formula they are going to use for this maize and all these grains that they say they want to bring out. Which formula are they going to use for people to get there? The only way is for us to get, we have something like Canada payment business that they'll take this goods or this produce there, where you just come and purchase not maybe, don't buy 1, 2, 3, 4 movies. Nobody should buy a bag. That's the only way we can help ourselves out in this crisis that we are in. And it has to be a best thing. This is just a short-term measure that the federal government needs to act quickly before it's too late, before they now say it is that are sponsoring all this.
Very much, Otumba, for something like this. That's what we can next call. Hello, good evening and welcome. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Linda calling from Community.
All right, Linda, you're welcome to Ground Zero. What's the price of foodstuff in your area?
The price like rice, we have the different stages.
Yes.
So the one that have for what we call Wagyu rice
Yeah.
is more at 1,800, 1,900.
Wow.
Then the Nigeria foreign, which is more better than the other one, we're talking about 2,001, 2,200.
Wow. What of the foreign?
The main foreign rice is about 3,000 naira.
For a mudu.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I imagine those that don't buy in Mudu will not understand what is going on. You see, not even only the rice. The point is that buying things
Yeah.
The point is that there is no petrol ground to farm.
Yeah.
That's not mean you want to farm and have the only harvest your goods, you expect to sell it. It's not possible. Then please, the government to try and make sure at least if there is some anywhere they can open borders to bring in food. Please. If Nigeria should keep on starting like this, I think the government cannot control what will happen thereafter. That's my take. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Linda, for stopping by this evening. Thank you very much. And we have another caller now. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hey, a very good evening to you.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us
Where is
from?
the name? I welcome you again.
All right, Kure.
Thank you. You know, Sabo is a mini central market.
Yeah.
A model of this local rice is from 1,950 or 2,000.
Wow.
That's just that. And this granite oil, I did not go there one of these days, but it seemed to me they are selling 1,650 or 1,800. It depends. The person went to the market last. So me, I'm urging the president. Is that the reason why he tells us that he will step on Buhari, where Buhari has stopped? Let him act fast. People are not smiling. Honestly, from last 2 weeks to this week, I think I spent over 150,000 just for petty food in my house.
Wow.
If you go to the market today, tomorrow, if you go, things have changed. Except that person did not go to market. And the market people have now applied some wisdom on them. When they are in their shop, when things have started reducing, they will be calling to find out how much is the price. Instantly, in your presence, you will change the price. Except you don't do you a favor. So allow you go before any other person comes. Is that the way we'll continue? I'm not praying for Tinubu to have it, not him to control this country. Because if he protested, it's not a sponsor program. Let him know everybody is feeling it. Both the policemen that they are sent, they went and arrested those people. They have relations that are passing through them. Is that democracy? I don't know where we get it wrong in this country. I'm not praying we should start the way Senegals have started just because they take state of election. You can see what is happening there. I don't know whether it's my TV that is giving me that thing that they have been seeing. So they should ask for us, because by the next 2 weeks, I don't think people will be able to bear it. And that food stuff that they release, so they have it. They don't receive it. They allow us to be suffering. God is more than this. Let them continue. And we will not take it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Akure. We'll take one more call. I will come back to the studio and start to round up on the program. 009-799-1989 and 009-4646206 are the numbers to dial to be part of the program this evening. Let's take this call now. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm coming from Kaduna.
Your name, please.
My name is Chief Adel.
All right, Chief. Let's have your take.
Yeah, God bless you.
Amen.
You see, Martin Luther once said, I quote, the best way to solve a problem is to remove the cause. You see, there are only 2 items which involve all surrounding all this discussion.
Yeah.
Which is the withdrawal of the subsidy and the floating of the naira. What are the 2 things? If they can really bring back the subsidy and the floating of the naira, well, the problem is solved. You see, it looks as if we don't want to tell ourselves the truth. The truth is that when it comes to petrol, it hinges on all the economy. So without petrol, there is nothing that one can do. You have to do transportation with all the items. You have to transport them. And how do you transport them? The cost of transportation is very high now. So how do you now say that the cost of living has gone up? Everything depends on petroleum. You see, when Bola Tinubu was withdrawing the subsidy, he never took a lot of things into consideration. He should have known that it is going to start high cost of living. Today, Nigerians are finding it very difficult to live. Coupled with the
the food prices are really very high. And by the time you look at the foodstuffs in the market, it is very, very difficult to say there is a fixed price. And I am challenging you to go to one of
the bag of grain from the hinterland there to the nearest road that accesses a market.
Wow.
And farmers in there do not have an accessible road that a vehicle that can move these loads of food produce to that location. So they are dependent majorly on motorbikes to effect this transport. And these are still communities where farmers, again, are being picked up on a weekly basis by abductors who have now used that as a means of financing banditry, and government is looking aloof from all of this plight. So it is not just Tinubu. There is also a governor in Kaduna. There are 36 state governors in Nigeria. There are 774 council chairmen that are sitting on allocations belonging to the Nigerian people and should be urged to spend these monies where Nigeria's economy can be stimulated for growth and not just be used, to travel around the world with their cronies and friends and family members. And I think that is the reason why most of the time we always will say that your level of participation will determine the level of service that you get from your government.
Yeah.
And as such, speaking up and speaking out is critical and key to solving these challenges altogether. For President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is important for him to focus his energies around ameliorating the pains of Nigerians. We are seeing that so far, what has seemed to be on the desk of the president as the chief burning issue is implementing IMF packages, that is the International Monetary Funds packages, against really looking inwardly to the solutions. Remember again that it was also when he was inaugurated in office that this very president told us that he is going to pursue homegrown solutions to the economy, and we're not expecting anything less.
All right, thank you so very much. That's about the size of the program today. Hoping that our listeners and viewers all around the world have been able to have a new understanding or angle to all of this. I want to appreciate my guest, Danjuma Abbas Zangwa, for having time to be on the program today. And from the production team, starting all the way from Nifemi Onibiyo, Paul Jacob, Humphrey Ilore, Uche Na Ijegalu, and of course the head of production team lead, Sarah Admon. I am his Admon. I say a very big thank you to the management and staff of Invicta 98.9 FM. Let's see you on Tuesday next week for our fresh package of the program, Ground Zero, right here on Procyon Radio and Television in collaboration with Invicta FM.